JSON in Construct 3. Okay guys, in this video I'm gonna talk about using JSON in Construct 3 with some practice. Also, you will learn how to create or load level codes using JSON and Ajax. Let's get started. Okay guys, for the first part of this video we're gonna talk about how to create level code from our game objects. And the game objects are this shooter and several targets with different position and different sizes. Okay, and we're going to use JSON object for creating level code inside game sheet, and we're going to use browser for printing the JSON result in browser console. Okay, so for my test I'm gonna create a new JSON file. Okay, let's go here, new JSON file, and I'm gonna call this test. Okay, and this is just for test, and I'm gonna explain everything related to JSON in here, and I'm gonna not use this in the first part of this video. And let's just get started. Okay, so this is a simple empty JSON that we need to use, and for example we need to create first create this object's position inside JSON, and I'm gonna, for example, say pose x. This is the value name colon, and here is gonna be value value. Okay, and this part can be a string, can be number, or can be boolean, true or false. Okay, but for this one I need to use number or integer. Okay, and for adding another value I need to use comma. Okay, let's add comma and go to the next line, and let's add another value, pause y. Okay, colon, and for example 300. And as you can see, we have a simple JSON object that includes these parts. Okay, but for our practice, for the first practice, we need to create a different type of JSON. Okay, we have these values and we need to put them inside a new object, and the object name will be this. Okay, let's go here, create a new object. Just use tab for spacing, and I'm gonna call this shooter colon, and for creating new object I use curly brackets, and when you use the opening one, construct will create both one. Okay, and inside that I need to first enter, and because I'm comfortable with putting it here, I'm gonna put it here and cut these pause values and paste this here. Okay, and select them and use tab to have a little space here. Okay, so the shooter have position X, position Y, and when you use it in your games, you can add everything related to your object and add them here. Okay, so this is just for test and for showing, and I need to go to game sheet and create a JSON like this using this object. Okay, let's go in game sheet and create a new group called creating level code, and hit B for a blank event, and hit F for a new function, and let's call this create level code level. Okay, and let's say on a startup layout I need to call this function, and let's put it here, hit B here, and here we need to create our JSON object. So first thing first, we need to create this part. Okay, you assume that we have this. Okay, let's go and create that. Okay, let's go in JSON set value pos x, and its value is going to be shooter.x, and let's create a new one called pos_y shooter.y. And for showing that in my console, I need to use browser. Let's go in browser, log, and in the log I need to say JSON dot toBeautified string. Okay, this will show the JSON beautifully. Okay, and let's run. Okay, we have this area, but we need the console. So hit F12 on your keyboard, and as you can see, we have this JSON here. All right. So we need to put these values inside shooter object. So let's go here, hit B again. I'm gonna put this browser action at the end of the function, and let's go here and put these two, and here at action JSON create a new object called shooter. Okay, and let's put this here. Okay, so because I need to put these two inside shooter, either I can use shooter.posX, or I can go here, JSON set path to shooter, and let's put it after new object, and here just put a dot here. This dot means current path we set. Okay, and I'm gonna set this one too. Okay, now let's run. As you can see, we have these values inside this object, but for the targets I need to create a JSON array. Okay, JSON array that includes several objects. Okay, let me explain for you. We have this object here, but we need to add another array, another thing that we call array. Okay, so let's use comma, go to the next line, and let's call this targets. All right, colon, and after colon I need to go to the next line, use square brackets for array. I hit enter, and here I need to create my first value of this array. All right, I'm gonna use curly brackets, hit enter, and then, for example, just copy and paste them here. Okay, and let's select them, hit tab for spacing, and this is my first target's position. For example, if this is my first target, using code I will say pos_x and pos_y inside that. Okay, and for the second one I just need to use this, use comma, copy and paste this here. And something about this red lines that we have, this red lines underneath of the characters or strings or everything we have here shows us the error of JSON that we have. Okay, and this one shows that we have to add another JSON object to actually fix that error. So because I don't need to add another one, I just need to remove this comma. Okay, this is an example of array. This is an example of objects inside an array. Okay, so let's go and create this part. Let's go here, hit B, put it here. I need to create JSON array. Okay, set array, and let's call this targets. And at first we don't need to add size, so let's put it 0. And just like we did here, we need to set path for array. I'm going to copy and paste this here, and I'm going to copy this string and use it here. Okay, now we set the path to this part. Okay, and now we need to go and say for each target I have, I need to save its position, its and its size. Okay, so let's go here, hit B, and here for each target I need to go and first increase the array size. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, set array size. Because we have this path, we just increase the size of the array. Okay, and because we have index number in for loops and for each in construct, I need to go and say loop index +1, and this will increase one array cell in the array target of JSON. Okay, so I just increased it just 1, and let's go and see how it looks. Okay, for 5 targets I have 5 zeros, and this 0 is because we didn't added anything, and this is just a default number for JSON. Okay, so I need to replace these zeros to a new object. Okay, a new object without a title. Okay, this is the title and this is the object of this title, and this type of objects doesn't have title or value title, or I don't know the name of this, but these don't have that. Okay, so let's go and replace these zeros to objects. Okay, so I'm gonna go and copy this set new object and paste it here, and because my path is inside the array, I need to just set it to dot. Okay, this shows the path, and because it doesn't have a title, I just need to use index. Okay, for example, when I use 0 and sorry about that, this one is extra. Okay, when I use new object as like I did here, we have this result. Okay, first index of this array, which is index 0, replaced to a new object. Okay, and I need to set all of this. Okay, so for doing that, I need to change this 0 to loop index of this for each, which starts from 0, 1, 2, so on. Okay, and let's see. Okay, I replaced this and everything is okay, and now we need to add pos x and pos y and size of these targets inside of these objects. All right, so let's go here, copy paste, and create a new value. The path is this one, current path, current index, an ampersand, and now we need to say dot pos x. Okay, and this one will be target dot x, current target's x. Okay, now let's see. Okay, we have pos x for every target we have, and let's go and create pos y. All right, as you can see, everything is okay, and some of the values are decimal, and we when you needed to save them as integer, just go here and set its value to integer, and just like this, int target.x and int target.y, and as you can see everything is integer. And one thing we need to add is size, so I'm going to call this size, and it's going to be target.width, because width and height of the objects are same. I just added size, and it includes target.width. Okay, very good. Now we have these JSON, but it's not ready yet. Okay, we need to have these for each level we have. Okay, so I need a level object. Okay, so create a level underscore 1 that includes everything we have here. I'm gonna put them inside this. All right, so we have level 1 here, comma level 2 just like this, and so on. Okay, and this is just for my level 1, and for doing that in the code and for creating that in the code, I just need to go here and create a new object called level 1, and just need to put this new object inside this level using dot. Okay, using level 1 level underscore 1 dot shooter. Okay, and in the past we need to say level underscore 1 dot shooter, and this dot have the before path we added. Okay, so let's run, and as you can see we have level that includes shooter and its properties. Okay, and also we need to add targets inside my level object. Okay, so let's go and do that. For adding the array, I need to say level dot level 1 dot target, set path to this, and also for the arrays just like this. Okay, now as you can see we have fixed this part, and we have the complete JSON using array and objects, and in here we need to go to the second part of video, that is loading level code from JSON. Okay, and for doing that we need to create a new JSON file that we're going to call this levels, and this one includes the level that we created here. So I'm going to copy this this JSON generated and use it here, and yeah, we have level 1 here. And for loading everything that that is here, we need to add Ajax object. Okay, Ajax. So for loading this file or for creating the game, I need to add a new variable. So I'm going to call this variable create code as boolean, and when create code is true, that means we are creating level code and we're doing this part. Okay, and when we set it to false, that means we are using the game as end user and we don't create code, we just load levels and run the game. Okay, so for now I just set it to true, and here we're gonna say hit B button when create code is true, just call this function. Else we need to use Ajax for loading this file and loading the level after that. So here at action, Ajax request project file, and the file is levels.json, and I'm not using tag because this is just my only Ajax request. So I'm gonna go here, hit B, put it here, just here, Ajax uncompleted tag, nothing that we have here. Then we need to load the level. So I'm gonna create a new function called load level, and this load level needs a parameter, and the parameter is level, v-level. Okay, which level we need to load. Okay, hit B, and here we need to call this function. So let's go here, function load level, level 1, and in here we need to use this as our level code and run this. Okay, so let's make it false and go here and destroy everything we have to show you that we need to create this from code. Okay, so this is false, goes request and goes call this function, and we're gonna destroy these objects, and the layout is empty for now. So I need to go and read from my levels.json in here. Okay, let's go and create shooter object in layer game in position of whatever we wrote that, and I'm gonna say level underscore, because we are using a parameter, I need to append it here, v-level, and ampersand and inside double quotation I need to go to the next part of JSON, next nested part, using dot. Okay, level 1 dot shooter dot pause x, and I'm gonna copy and paste this here, and let's say pause y. And yeah, this is just a string, I'm using it wrong. Okay, let's cut this part and let's say JSON dot get what? This. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste and say and change this x to y. All right, now we have this here, but something that I forgot to add is going here and parsing the JSON from levels.json. Okay, so I need to say ajax.classData. You need to parse ajax.classData, which is this file, and then load the level. Okay, so let's run. The gun is here, and for targets I need to go and add it. Okay, so hit B and double click, and because the targets part is array, I need to go and say for each level underscore v-level ampersand dot targets. Okay, for each targets, which is level 1, and inside that target I need to say add action system create object target in layer game in position of dot pause x. Oh, sorry about that. You need to say JSON dot get dot pause x, and this means this this path we used in for each. Okay, this dot. Okay, copy and paste it here, save this as y, and let's go and see. Okay, everything is here, is okay, and I need to set its size to. I'm going to copy this part, go here, target, set size to size, and copy and paste this here, and let's run. All right, we have everything here. And for example, when you are creating code, just using true for this variable, you have this console, and you can copy, and then you can go here and paste this here as new level. For example, level 2, that includes everything we have here. Okay, just need to copy and paste this, and for each level you need to call the vLevel parameter. Okay, and that's it. That was the reading, writing using this file using Ajax and JSON in construct 3. Hope you enjoyed this video. As you saw, using JSON in C3 is very easy. I want you to use JSON in your games and send me to review them in my videos. See you next week.